There is a fundamental truth embedded within the DNA of leadership, a standard that separates elite commanders from weak managers. It is the law of absolute, bulletproof responsibility. Whenever a group comes together, whether it is an army, a multi-million-dollar corporation, or a professional basketball team, they sacrifice their individual desires for the success of the system. In return, the leader must become their ultimate shield. When victory is achieved, the leader shines the spotlight on the team. But when the foundation crumbles, when the system collapses under pressure, the leader must stand before the world and take 100% of the blame. It is an unwritten moral contract. But what happens when that contract is ripped to pieces? What happens when a head coach publicly evades blame, ignores the toxic mistakes of veteran ball hogs, and shifts the target onto a rookie playmaker who is already carrying the future of the league on her shoulders? This is Next Hoops, and today we are breaking down one of the most logically broken and downright disturbing post-game press conferences in WNBA history. We are diving straight into the wreckage of the Indiana Fever's brutal collapse against the New York Liberty. But this isn't about stats. We are exposing the exact second head coach Stephanie White decided to scapegoat Caitlin Clark for a broken offense, while completely protecting Kelsey Mitchell's destructive, isolation-heavy decisions. If you want to diagnose a dying locker room, you don't look at the bench, you look straight at the top.
The clown show continues. The clown show is no longer the takeover. It's the clown show led by lead clown Stephanie White and company. Stephanie White is not going to take any responsibility for this team not getting Caitlin Clark involved in the fourth quarter, her not getting a shot until 1 minute left in the fourth.
Following a horrific loss where the entire offensive flow was completely paralyzed in the fourth quarter, the media wanted answers. But what we got from the coaching staff wasn't a lesson in leadership. It was a masterclass in gaslighting. Man, Stephanie White has absolutely no answers, y'all. She looks completely lost out there, totally punch-drunk from the pressure, acting like she doesn't know which way to turn. Just look at the tape. Stephanie White sits at that microphone pointing fingers at missed layups and blaming transition defense. She hands the media a massive plate of corporate word salad that means absolutely nothing, thinking the fans are too blind to see the truth. To blame Caitlin Clark for this disaster against the Liberty is a total mathematical lie. Clark is the entire engine of this franchise. She is a visionary creator trapped in a broken offensive system that completely refuses to give her basic spacing or support. When Caitlin Clark single-handedly builds a 12-point lead, and your coaching staff benches her only to watch that lead instantly evaporate into thin air, your rotations are the real momentum killer. But the worst part of Stephanie White's post-game behavior isn't just her unfair criticism of Clark. It is her deafening, cowardly silence toward the veteran player who literally hijacked the entire offense. Let's be completely real about Kelsey Mitchell and her duty to this team. Mitchell is an explosive scorer, no question. But playing selfish, isolation basketball is a personal choice, and it is a choice that inflicts a massive tactical penalty on the rest of the roster. When Mitchell decides to completely ignore the play call, blow past the screens, and drive headfirst into 3 Liberty defenders, she is breaking the trust of her teammates. Kelsey Mitchell holding onto the ball for 90 seconds before taking a forced shot. That's a momentum killer. Kelsey Mitchell freezing out her open teammates. That's a momentum killer. Aaliyah Boston failing to finish a multi-million-dollar layup. That's a momentum killer. And a coaching staff that refuses to call a single dynamic play for Caitlin Clark all game long. That is the ultimate momentum killer. What are we even doing here?
No, I'll tell you what's a momentum killer. When Caitlin Clark goes and gets a 12-point lead and you sub her out and it drops to 5 in the snap of a finger. Your rotations are a momentum killer. Kelsey Mitchell missing wide open layups on a fast break, blowing a Caitlin Clark assist. That's a momentum killer. Kelsey Mitchell dribbling the ball 97.5 times before she shoots. That's a momentum killer.
When you watch that footage, you are witnessing a complete breakdown of basketball chemistry. Stephanie White gets up there and complains that the Liberty's length was too much and that they couldn't get C loose. How about designing some actual screens, Stephanie White? You keep using the word we, but there is no we on that court. There was only one player hogging the rock every single time it touched her hands. Monique Billings was absolutely cooking out there, but Caitlin Clark couldn't even get the ball to feed her because Kelsey Mitchell was too busy jacking up bad shots on every single possession. Why aren't you holding Mitchell accountable? Why are you hiding behind team chemistry when one individual is actively tearing the offense apart?
Monique Billings was balling today. Caitlin Clark didn't have the ball in her hands to get Monique Billings shots because Kelsey Mitchell was busy out there jacking up shots nonstop. Why are you not addressing Kelsey Mitchell? Why are you not addressing Kelsey Mitchell? You keep talking about we. Ain't no we. It was one person out there being a damn ball hog. And you talking about, oh, we got to find a way to free up Caitlin Clark. So your idea of freeing up Caitlin Clark is taking her off ball and running her around.
Instead, Stephanie White's brilliant adjustment to save the offense is to take Caitlin Clark off the ball even more. This is absolute insanity. You think the solution to freeing up a generational playmaker is to take her away from the ball? No. You put the ball in her hands, let her run the pick and roll, and let her destroy defenses with her passing gravity. If you take her off the ball, it means the rock stays with Kelsey Mitchell, and we already know that even if Clark runs a million miles and gets wide open, Mitchell isn't passing her the damn ball anyway. This is an unmitigated disaster for a historic talent. The moment the New York Liberty applied real pressure in the fourth quarter, this coaching staff completely folded. The Fever got hit with a full court press and acted like they had never seen a defensive trap in their entire lives. The whole roster panicked, looking completely lost and embarrassed. The only player who showed any composure against the press was Caitlin Clark. Yet, when Clark picked up her fifth foul with over 6 minutes left, White blamed it on impatience and bad defensive positioning. Where is the help defense? There is zero protection on this floor, and the coaching staff has no clue how to shield their superstar from being targeted.
Like this team got outcoached. Y'all got pressed. And y'all act like y'all had never seen a full court press a day in your life. The only person that knew how to handle the press was Caitlin Clark. Raven Johnson panicked. Kelsey Mitchell panicked. Everybody panicked. Aaliyah Boston panicked. Embarrassing.
This entire dynamic is completely toxic and unsustainable. A winning locker room is built entirely on trust. When a coach publicly covers up for a selfish veteran while blaming the collective team, that trust is shattered forever. The front office needs to wake up and step in immediately. You cannot allow a head coach to systematically destroy the confidence of your franchise asset just to protect the ego of a veteran who refuses to play team-first basketball. Stephanie White has to make a choice right now. Either enforce a real structure, demand that every single play runs through Caitlin Clark, and hold ball hogs accountable, or pack your bags and let a real leader run this team. You either protect the collective, or you let selfish individuals burn this entire franchise to the ground. This is Next Hoops. We don't care about corporate narratives. We read the raw tape. We dissect the structural failures, we expose the lies, and we give you the unfiltered truth of the game. Look at your screen right now. If you are tired of the surface-level media garbage and want real, deep basketball analysis, hit that subscribe button immediately. Drop a comment right below and let me know. Is this pure coaching incompetence, or is Caitlin Clark being intentionally sabotaged by her own team? Smash that like button to break the algorithm. We will see you in the next breakdown.